Hi there, my name is Dr. David Jackson. I'm a chiropractor and I live in Delmore, California. And I'd love to share a miracle story with you. I've had so many opportunities, blessed really, to see so many miracles that revolve around the power of the body and the healing properties within the body. But one that stands out in particular, I was busy in practice one day and had a staff member tell me that I had a new patient. I ran off to see the new patient. And as I pulled the form out of the door, I saw the patient's name and that it was a child, because it was on a special form. And there was a line that said purpose of visit, meaning the reason for the visit. And the parent had written in there, save my baby's life. Now, obviously that kind of stopped me in my tracks. I wasn't expecting that. I walked in the door to find the most beautiful little 6-month-old girl, all dressed in white, a little pink bow and the few hairs that she had in her head, and both of her parents just standing over her kind of motionless, just staring at her. And one of the gentlemen, the father, was an old patient of mine I hadn't seen in years because he had moved away. And long story short, he had told me that his little baby girl, Bethany, was having serious seizures. And in the moment he told me, I'd already had my hands under her neck. As a chiropractor, I just it's like shaking a hand. I put my hands down there on her atlas vertebrae, and she went into a grand mal seizure. And it was the first time I'd ever experienced that. It seemed like it lasted an hour, although it was only a few minutes. And with a tear in my eye, because I have 3 of my own daughters, I looked at the parents and I said, how often is this happening? They told me it was happening over 100 times a day. This beautiful little girl was having these violent seizures. And they went on to tell me that she had a couple of months to live. They said that she was going to die, and their only alternative was to have a procedure called a complete lateral hemispherectomy, where they literally cut out half of her brain in an attempt to save her life, but the chances are that she probably would die from that. Well, needless to say, I wanted to see what I could do, and the parents had brought her there to see, as a last-ditch effort, what I could do as a chiropractor. I did an assessment. I found a severe blockage in her spine from her nervous system, so her brain wasn't communicating with her body right. I told her parents the truth, that it was going to take some time, and I adjusted that little girl 2 to 3 times a day, every day. And in the second week of care, her seizures had dropped dramatically in number, from 100 to about 10 a day. The third week of care, they were down to about 1 a day. That little girl is now about 10 years old, hasn't had a seizure since, has her whole brain, and I attribute that not to because me being a chiropractor, but because the power that is within each and every one of us as human beings, and being connected to that power, miracles happen.